Well, fun time is over. Daddy-O's coming home. Alright, so y'all know, like, when we was kids, right? Or when y'all was kids, and maybe you still a kid, I don't know. But like, you was kids and then you was messing around in the house doing stuff you know you weren't supposed to be doing, right? You know you weren't supposed to be doing these things. And then you heard that garage open. That was it. Whatever you was doing, whatever mess you was into, you knew you had to straighten up because Daddy-O was home. All right, that was you heard that thing go up. If it had to automate it, you like, oh my, well, you heard them keys jiggling in the door to unlock that lock. You like, oh my gosh, I gotta tidy up as fast as I can because Dad is home, and that whooping coming if I ain't acting right, right? If he catch me in some mess. Well, that's this week. Dolphins been messing around. You know what I'm saying? Been turning over furniture, building forts in the living room, this and that. But Daddy-O is home. And I hate to say that. I really do. I hope this is the last time I got to say something like this. But Josh Allen is our dad. He's our dad. And Daddy-O just opened up the garage. We got a few seconds left before we get caught in a whooping. All right, I'm trying to let you know. This need to be the last doggone time I gotta call another man Daddy-O. This got to be the last time. Dolphins is making me do it. I know some of y'all are like, boy, Daddy-O is crazy. Yeah, my brother's probably saying that. Daddy-O was wild. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. All right, it's wild. But at the end of the day, last 6 years we won one time. You telling me we lost 11 for 12 to the Bills and it's all on Josh Allen back? Sorry. He Daddy-O. You know what I'm saying? He Daddy-O. Like that and he home. All right, he home and he want to make sure his house tidied up before he had to hand out some whoopings. All right? It's Bills week. We got to beat these boys on primetime football. Got to. The only win we have against them is in the sun. 1 o'clock game on a Sunday. We got to whoop them on prime time. They don't took too many primetime games from us for us not to get them on prime doggone time. Can we do it? Let's find out. All right, so let's get injuries out the way. Mostert not going to be there. He is a Bill killer, by the way. He's one of the players that always steps up against the doggone Bills. We ain't going to have him. But guess what? Looks like A-Chan is going to play. So if A-Chan's going to play, and then we got this rookie coming in we want to see so much from, and Wilson is the one that carried us last week, hopefully we'll be fine. Now, Bills? Defensively, front seven? Woo! Von Miller. He's still there. He might not be who he was, but he ain't sorry. Okay? Dude ain't sorry. Russo is a problem and a half. Problem. All right, all along across that defensive line, they got some real good players. Then you got an Epinesa, for example, who's nice. Thank God Milano's not there. But the backup kid, he ain't that bad. Okay? Then you got on the back end, you have Douglas, who ain't bad. You got Johnson, who ain't bad. Right? So they got some guys, man. And now they're missing the slot. All right? They're missing the slot. He's out for the game. But I think they got another Johnson that plays corner for them or something like that. And then, I mean, the defense ain't what it was. But if you look at them against Cardinals, when they need to come back, they tightened it up. Now, it's not like the Cardinals really stopped scoring. They scored 28 points. So they were scoring. All right, they were scoring. But they tidied up when they needed to tidy up, and they got the job done, came back on that game. They were down doggone 17-3 or something like that at one point. So, yeah, they came back and won that game. Or 17-0 might have been. They came back and won that game. So, we got us a fight on our hands. We were sloppy this first game in the first half. Second half, all due to Tua's speech. Apparently, according to Berrios, it was a pivotal moment in the game with that halftime speech. There was a fiery speech that Tua let off with that, that Hawaiian drawl. So the man, he got up in their behind. He said, we need to get out our own behind. They did that. They won the game. So let's hope we don't need that from Tua tonight. Let's hope we don't need that from. We shouldn't have to need that from Tua. Tua shouldn't have to go back into halftime like, yo, what's going on again? Like, we shouldn't have that. If we ain't up and ready for this game, when Dad is coming home, if we can't tidy the house fast enough for Dad get in the house, that's on us. That's on us. Bringing it back to that. That's on us. House got to be spotless. All right? So when Daddy walked through the door, he don't even know we did anything because we done left up out of there smooth criminal with the W. All right? We got a W because we ain't get caught. We got a W. All right? Then we can start turning the tables a little bit on this thing, and we could be the dad for once. You know what I'm saying? But until then, we shaking. Our ears is to the door. Y'all know how I was. Come on now. Don't leave me alone now. Put it in the comment section if it was like that for y'all too. Whether you was raised in a single parent home or not. Mom's Dukes or Pop's Dukes. When them keys was in that doggone door, whatever you was doing that was wrong, you got to clear that up. You got to clear that up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught because you already know a whooping is coming. This ain't the new generation. I ain't talking about these new cats. All right, these Gen Z and Alpha whatever. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about us millennials. All right, and then the Gen X cats from before. All right, I'm talking about us folks that know what it's like when that key is jingling in the door to unlock that doggone deadbolt, and you got to clean up in that many seconds it take for them to walk through that door. Or when that garage opening up, got to open up first. Then they pull the car in. Then they got to close the thing back, open the door, come through the garage door, come in the house and give you more time. Right? So whichever way you look at it, us folk, we know what it was. All right? It's just like if you weren't up in front of the house, inside the house, by the time the street light came on or the porch light came on, it was a problem. All right? Same type of concept, but we talking about from inside the house, you messing around inside the house and they come home on you. All right? So y'all know. Put it in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about, right? If you wasn't raised like that, then hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I know I was. So, especially early on. So, we got to make sure house is spotless. So when Josh Allen come rolling through to give out a whooping, ain't no whoopings to give out. We done cleared that up. Okay? And that's the type of game we in today. Let's make sure we don't get caught in a whooping. That's it. That's all we could do. All right? That's all we could do. We need to try to win this football game for real. All right? I'm tired of losing to this team. I really am. And I know some of y'all be like, hey, you emotional about this one today. I am not crying emotional. I ain't Mike McDaniel. Nothing wrong with that. All right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the man, I really love that about him, by the way. I'm not slighting him at all. I love that about him, that he's an emotional guy. I'm just not. Okay? And everybody different. I'm not an emotional, like, crying emotional type of guy. I'm just not. But he is, and I really respect that about him because he cares, right? He really cares. And I care in different ways than crying. All right, anyway. Which, once again, there's nothing wrong with crying. Absolutely. I believe in crying. I believe in a good cry. And I'm not saying I never cry. I'm just saying I'm not a crier. All right, but, yeah. And then the Tyreek situation, I know I haven't touched on it. And because I'm black, just because I'm black, I'm going to touch on it. All right, because there's some things that got to be said, and I'm going to say it at the very end. All right? But once again, I'm only talking about this because I have a perspective of being black in America. Because I understand what that is. I have a platform. I must say something. All right? I must say something because it's very important to give a perspective when you could have experienced something like that and didn't, or where you might have experienced some type of racism in some form, right? When you're a person that's black, most of the time you've been in one of the situations where you prevented something from happening or where something did happen. All right. So because of that, I'm going to give my 2 cents, and it's going to be real quick at the very end. All right. And I know I haven't mentioned anything about that, but I will in this video. So wait for it. But when it comes to the Bills, right, let's talk about our offense real quick. We need some more explosive plays. Now, I know they were talking about, oh, we got to be able to sustain drives and stuff like that. That's cute. That's cute. It's cute. All right, but sustaining the drives alone, that ain't going to get it done. All right, what won us the game last week? Explosives. That's what won us the game, let's be honest. It wasn't dinking and dunking down the field 12, 13, 15 play drives. It wasn't that. All right, and when we beat the Bills, that's not what we did either. When we beat the Bills, we had them doing that. Y'all remember, we had them taking 14, 15 plays to go down the field, holding on to the football, wearing themselves out on offense to where they ain't had nothing left at the end of the game. That's what we did to them. All right? That's what we did. We made them hold on to the football in that doggone heat. Okay? This ain't that. We need to score a bunch of points fast. All right? And make sure they get off the field quick and get the ball back and score more points. All right? If we're up by 17 like Cardinals was, or 14-17, that ain't enough points. We need to be up, honestly, by like 35 for you to unclench your butt cheeks. I'm so serious. Like, these doggone Bills got our number like that. If we up 35, I mean, we're up 35. I'm unclenching my butt cheeks. All right? Because I know 28 points, they can come back. We did it. I ain't never seen nobody come back from 35 down. So I'll unclench my butt cheeks. We up 5 touchdowns. But if we ain't, they tight. I'm trying to let you know right now. Them cheeks tight. All right? But let's hope we can get this W. Even if it's a fight 'em out, rock 'em, sock 'em game, I don't care if we win. Honestly, I really don't care if we win 3-4. I don't care. And I don't know how you can get 4. Well, you can get 4. But, boy, whoo. If that's all, woo, two safeties, woo. All right, but anyway, if we went 3-4, I'm cool. But I don't think that's how the game's going to be, all right, or anything like that. But our offense, we need more explosive doggone plays. We can't get by on just the dinking and dunking because they're going to allow us to do that anyway. They're going to try to take away the big plays. So if we get big plays, it's because we out-executed them. Okay? And that's why I'm saying that. I want big plays in this game because the big plays means we out-executed Buffalo Bills because they have a great defensive mind in their head coach. So if we out-execute them, we're making the big plays happen. We have Tyreek. We have Achane. We have Waddle. We have Jonnu Smith, who we got to put an APB out after this game if he don't show up. We got those guys. Let's utilize them. Let's get it working to our advantage to put the pressure on them. It's not like we can't go back and forth with them at the beginning of games. We've done that, all right, where it's back and forth. Then they take over at some point when they decide, okay, we're done with the zone stuff. We switching the man on y'all, and y'all done. No. We can't allow that to happen. We got to have man beaters early. We're going to make you play zone rather than making you play man. You're going to come with man beaters is out early on you. Well, got him. All right, you ain't doing this today. Dang, we got to play zone. All right, we got you there too. And that's how we got to do it. We got to find a way to dictate what they do rather than them dictating what we do. And we give ourselves a chance to win. Why is it a chance to win? It's because they have a guy named Daddy-O, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a beast. He runs, he throws, he can probably catch if you need him to. He could probably kick too, I don't know. All right, but the dude is a monster, okay? Best thing that can happen to us is that he have a Jets game from last year where he just had a bad game. Oh, that'd be great. All right, if he can help us win the game, that'd be great. Probably not going to happen on Thursday Night Football. I'm not looking for it. I'm not expecting that to happen. So we just got to beat him fair and square. Without his help, whooping his behind. That means getting pressure. That means making sure his first and second read ain't open. And when he roll out to the right, ain't nothing there. All right? He can roll out to the left. He still can make some things happen to the left, but he's way more effective rolling out right throwing than he is rolling out left throwing, although he can do it rolling out left because he killed us on a play to end the game rolling out left with Stephon Diggs where there was a doggone pass interference. That moved the ball up. That's the snowing game in the fourth quarter. He rolled out left on that one. Okay, so he can still kill us rolling out left, but I'd rather him roll out left than right. But also, when he roll out right, better not be nobody there. Okay, better not be nobody there for him. All right, we have Jordan Poyer on our team. He hopefully will give us some type of nuggets to help defend against that team. They do have our last year's backup quarterback, second string quarterback. Okay, so I'm sure he's going to be giving them some tips as well. Although Tua said, well, like we don't use signs and signals and things like that, so he doesn't know how. He's not, because he's not in the thing, he's not going to know the play call. If Tua, this is for Tua, right? Tua, listen to me. I get what you're saying. You're trying to deflect. But if last year, Kansas City, Ravens, Bills said that there's tails on our offense, you think that ain't nothing that old boy's going to be able to tell them about us? Those defenses, they don't have nobody from our team, from our offense on their team talking about there's tails in their offense, in their play calling. You think that old boy ain't going to be able to tell them nothing? Come on, man. Like, I'm not dumb, Tua. Come on, and you ain't dumb. You know he's going to have something for him. Now, here's what we don't know. How much are they going to use that to their benefit to redirect the Bills? I don't know. All right? Maybe they make everything opposite from what it was before just to throw the Bills off. Maybe. I don't know. Right? But what I do know is that there's tails in our offense. I know that because the defense has said so, and they proved it by whooping our behind. So let's clear that stuff up because we don't need them having no tails today. Okay? We need to be doing the telling. All right? Plain and simple. We got to figure out a way to win this doggone game. That's all that matters to me. Game planning, all that out the window, win the game. I don't care if it's ugly. Win the game. Find a way. Now, let's go ahead. Preview time. Not preview time, prediction time. Woo! I got us losing this game because I can't pick us to win this game because you want to know why? We haven't done it. When we do it, I feel more comfortable. I have us, and we're at home, by the way, so it sucks for me to pick that we lose this game. Although in my overall season prediction video that came out previous to this video coming out, I did say we were going to lose the game. I'm sticking with that, saying that we're going to lose this game 38-28. I think we put up points, but I think we lose. 38-28. Daddy-O comes in the house. He finds some stuff wrong. He whoops our behind. We lose the game. We lose the game. Now, real quick, spend a couple minutes talking about Tyreek Hill, all right? Heard about it while I was at church. Well, I saw a notification that Tyreek got arrested, blah, 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 or detained. Let me say it like that. And I'm like, what did this man do? All right, because we know Tyreek Hill, he got a mouth on him. We know that. Pause. Wow, that was wild. Pause. But we know that he could talk back. And he ain't afraid to talk back to nobody. And we know certain things, right? So I wanted to see the body cam footage, because that was going to be very important. Although we did see like a little clip that was surfacing around on Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter. So after I seen the actual footage, I was already a little upset at the cops for how they was treating the man. But then after I saw the footage, I was real upset. Because cops got to be held to a higher standard. Just because somebody's mouthing off don't mean you got to yank them out their car. Don't mean you got to put them face down on the ground, cuff them, and then forcibly have them stand up and then forcibly have them sit down over a traffic violation, over a moving violation, over a speeding ticket where you had no radar. Okay? You had no radar. You estimated visually, which I don't even know if y'all get trained for that. Maybe cops do. Hey, put it in the comment section. If you're a police officer, anything like that, put it in the comment section. Do y'all get trained to visually estimate how fast somebody's going? Because I'm not sure how accurate that could doggone be. For real. I really don't know. All right? And if you're driving a supercar like that, you could be going 40 miles an hour and it sounds like you're going faster because you have a loud exhaust. Right? So, he was driving a doggone McLaren for Christ's sakes. I don't understand. Okay? There's no way. Freedom of speech, right? I've seen people, both of all colors, by the way, like the police auditor videos where they audit the police, say crazy things to the police just to prove a point. Not putting their window down, only showing the face of the ID and the paper on the window all the way up. Not get yanked out of their car. Why is Tyreek Hill getting yanked out of his car? Why is he getting put in cuffs on the ground? Why are you forcibly having him sit down over a traffic violation? Run the man his ticket, let the man go on about his way. If you feel like he was going way too fast for a ticket, tell him that you got a court date, let the man go about his way. Ain't no words that man said should have got him out of his seat in his car. Whether he didn't want to roll the window all the way down, which is not your right. It's the person that's driving's right to keep their window halfway, all the way, or all the way up. Right? If his tint is way too dark, write him a citation. Write him a doggone citation for his tints being too dark. All right? You know that this is a player. He's going to the stadium. There shouldn't be a threat on your mind that he has a gun that he plans on shooting. If it's a regular civilian, okay, maybe you can have that. But it's a player. There's no way that you could be thinking that he's going to harm you in any way when he's a player going into the stadium. You can say you don't know who Tyreek Hill is all you want, but your other police officer said he was. You should have de-escalated at that point. You did not. All right? Then you go get Jonnu, okay, who's trying to check up on his boy. He's also a player. Then you try to go after Calais Campbell, who is one of the acquired boys of the league, right? All three black. By the way, this same cop, who is a Hispanic cop, by the way, said that they all should have went to jail. He feels it was a mistake to let them go, period. If it was for him, he'd have taken them all the way through the jail. Now, you imagine, a few hours before the game, Tyreek Hill, Jonnu Smith, Calais Campbell are out for the game because they got arrested. That would have changed the whole dynamic of this game. Probably would have lost the game. More than likely would have lost the game. There's an 80-yard touchdown that probably says so, right? So, here's how I feel. Tyreek Hill was not completely in the right. When you're black or when you are a person of color, all right, because you don't have to be black. You could be anything, person of color, all right, mainly. But I've seen my Caucasian brothers and sisters this also happened to. So it ain't exclusive to black people or people of color, because I've seen my Caucasian brothers and sisters get disrespected in the same manner as well, where they are mouthing off and the cop uses that to pass aggression. That's not the way this should work. All right, now, should you be mouthing off at cops? No, absolutely not. You trying to make it to the next day. You're trying to make sure. I just got pulled over the other day for my tail lights. Not my tail lights. My tag lights being out. All right? At night. Put the windows down. Had the license ready in hand. Hey, here you go. Gave him what he needed. Oh, your tag lights is out and your tints are too dark. I said, come on now. I know my tints ain't too dark now. All right, now I did say that. I'm like, come on now. Like the tint, come on. Like my window is down. How you even see my front two tint? And you looking in the back window, and I'm allowed to have the back window darker than the front window. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, but anyway, not disrespectfully. I didn't say it disrespectfully, but I was like, come on now, not my tint. Like, ain't nothing wrong with my tint, but I didn't know nothing about my tag lights being out. And he said, all right, don't worry about it, man. I'm just going to write you a warning anyway. Because he saw I was cool about it. I wasn't having no attitude. He wrote me a warning. Didn't give me no ticket or nothing. He said, just go ahead and get that fixed. It's like $5 at Amazon, blah, blah, blah. Just order them. And that's exactly what I did. And I didn't get pulled over no more. Right? You got to understand the situation, Tyreek. You got to understand the situation. You got to understand that you're dealing with cops and it could go left fast. So because of that, you got to be respectful, as you said you were, but you weren't. All right, you said you were respectful, so then you have more people on your side. But when we see that type of thing, and we see that you calling the man out his name, and you saying this and that, and why you beating on my window, you got to relax. You got to let that stuff go. But on the other hand, cops, just because a person asks you why you banging on my window doesn't give you the right to go pull them out the car either. All right, you're doing a job. You're doing a service. Your job is to protect and serve. You only concerned with protecting and serving yourself when you're using words to pass aggression. All right, now who's really being protected? You're protecting yourself at this point only. You're not worried about the other individual when they have freedom of speech. You're not worried about that. All right, they could flip you off. They could cuss you out. They could do whatever. Go run them their ticket. That's all you could do. All right, you can't go past aggression because they want to use their First Amendment right. No. That's not the way this should work. All right, cops got to be better, but as people of color and anyone really, we got to be better too. We got to be better too. Don't tell me, all right, you was mouthing off to the cop and then you got yanked out and you surprised. All right, don't be surprised. All right, because there is some bad apples out there and they just looking for the next person. All right. And sometimes they just had a bad argument with their wife and they got to pass it out on you, or their kids, and they got to pass it out on you. They're human too. Right? But cops got to be better. But also, we got to be better too as a people understanding the situation. All right, I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all already know what it is. Fins up till we die. Love y'all. See y'all after the game.